Hi, it's Dwyer. It's Friday, December 14th, 2018. GamblersAdvisory.com, a free site. BettingAngle.us, a free site. Let's talk about Week 15 of the National Football League. But first, remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, we've lost some deflating games of late, right? Last week, for example, we got into overtime, getting 3.5 points with the Eagles against Dallas, only to have the Cowboys win that game by more than 3. Understand, a field goal, we're good. It's overtime. That wasn't enough. Dak Prescott hits Amari Cooper. We lose. So we're back at it this week. And this week, I'm again betting against the Cowboys, who have a 5-game winning streak. I like Indy laying 3 points at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Understand, I know the Cowboys have a 5-game win streak. No question about it. They've been playing great football. No question about it. But this game is in Indianapolis, where the Colts have won 4 in a row. Right? Understand, too, the Colts are coming off of a 2-game road trip. They got shut out the first game by the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team in their division that knows them. Right? Let's remember, the Cowboys aren't even in their conference. Cowboys don't know Indy. Let's also remember that Indy the following week takes on Houston in Houston and beats them. The offense is clicking right now. Andrew Luck last week threw for more than 380 yards. Also, Indy's at a place in the year where they need this win to stay in the playoff race. Now, by contrast, Dallas has pretty much locked up the NFC East. That victory in overtime over Philly has pretty much allowed them to exhale a little bit. They're coming off of a 3-game homestand. Folks, they're now going to play this on the road. Let's be clear, too. Dallas isn't an indoor team. They're going to be playing this game indoors. Understand, Dak Prescott, when he played the Atlanta Falcons in a game that Dallas won, right? Dallas on the road against Atlanta in Atlanta. And Atlanta has one of the worst defenses in the National Football League statistically. Understand that Dak threw for less than 200 yards. Right? Less than 200 yards. Understand the Cowboy defense is more high-powered than the Cowboy offense. I think Dallas takes their eye off the ball here a little bit. Right? They just beat Philly. They have the inside track to win the division. They're in the NFC. They know they're not going to be the 1 or 2 seed. It looks like those 2 spots will be taken by the Saints, who Dallas beat, right? But the Saints and the Rams, likely. So, I believe Dallas relaxes here. I think Indy at home is a handful. I like the Indianapolis Colts laying 3 points against the Dallas Cowboys. Next, we're going to go back to the well on a team I picked last week that did not deliver last week. The Denver Broncos. I like Denver laying 2.5 points at home over the Cleveland Browns. Now let's go through Denver's home games. You're going to be surprised how Denver, against the elite teams in the league, playing at home, has actually held their own. Right? Week 1 against Seattle. They beat Seattle by 3. Right? Seattle's in line right now for a playoff spot. Week 4 against Kansas City. They lose by 4. Week 6 against the Rams. They lose by 3. Week 9 against Houston. They lose by 2. Week 12 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? The most recent home game, the most relevant home game. They win by 7. So understand, this Denver team, when they're at home, they can go toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the league. Understand, of the 5 games I've listed against teams like Seattle, KC, the Rams, Houston, and Pittsburgh, Denver did not lose any of these games by more than 4 points. Right now, statistically, I know people are saying, hey, Sanders is hurt, Thomas has been traded, but understand statistically, Denver remains one of the more dominant defensive teams in the National Football League. Just check out their DVOA at footballoutsiders.com. Now, Cleveland, they're a promising team. They're an up-and-coming team. But understand, this young team is about to play its 3rd road game in its last 4 games. Right, folks? They've been at the airport a lot. They've been traveling a lot. I have a problem with that. I know Baker has looked good. He's certainly a promising rookie. He certainly deserves votes for Rookie of the Year, along with some others. Saquon Barkley comes to mind, right? But this is really a tall task to ask him to compete at Mile High, right? One of the toughest places to play against a defense that in their last home game shut down Ben Roethlisberger. I like Denver. You don't even have to lay a field goal here. You're only laying 2.5 points. I like Denver at home laying 2.5 over the Cleveland Browns. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I look forward to your comments in the comment section of this video. Thanks for stopping by.